and her tawny, scrawny lion. That's you. I just introduced you. Tawny, scrawny lion. Excuse me one moment, please. You want to see the book? Would that make you feel better? See, this is a book. This is called The Tawny, Scrawny Lion by Katherine Jackson, illustrated by a most amazing Gustav Tengren. They have worked together before, and you've heard their stories before. It is, of course, a classic little golden book. Okay, Tawny, would you like to make a big entrance? Is that what you're waiting for? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the tawny, scrawny lion. Oof. Sorry, I hope he didn't scare you. You liked that, didn't you? I thought that was fun. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to give you your job. You will play the part of the rabbit. What? No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to read the rabbit's parts, okay? And you're going to play the part of the lion. Much more fitting than a rabbit, don't you think? Mm-hmm. You're going to play the part of the tawny, scrawny lion. This book was copyrighted in 1952. Pretty impressive, huh? Mm-hmm. So, would you like to start? You want me to start? Okay. You want to shake hands on that? This is a beautiful puppet, not made by me. I give full credit where credit is due. Made by Melissa and Doug, who make really comfy and usable puppets. So if you ever want to just try a story, you could try this one. He's also could be one of the heroes in The Library Lion. Do you like that one? You know why? He likes to read. Library Lion's a great book. Try that one too. I think you can even find me telling it with a Library Lion. And Facebook page for the Mentor Project near you. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think? Should I start? Okay, I'll start. You make your entrance in a bit, okay? Bye. Hi. Once there was a tawny, scrawny, hungry lion who could never get enough to eat. He chased monkeys on Monday, kangaroos on Tuesday, zebras on Wednesday, bears on Thursday, camels on Friday, and on Saturday, elephants. And since he caught everything he ran after, that lion should have been as fat as butter. But he wasn't at all. The more he ate, the scrawnier and hungrier he grew. The other animals didn't feel one bit safe. They stood at a distance and tried to talk things over with the tawny, scrawny lion. And this is what he said to them. It's all your fault. If you didn't run away so fast, and I didn't have to run for every single bite, I'd be fat as butter, sleek as satin, and then I wouldn't have to eat so much, and you'd last longer. Just then, a fat little rabbit came hopping through the forest picking berries. All the big animals looked at him and grinned slyly. Rabbit, you lucky rabbit, we appoint you to talk things over with the lion. That made the little rabbit feel very proud. What should I talk about? Asked the rabbit. Oh, any old thing. But the important thing is to get up really close. So the fat little rabbit hopped right up to the big, hungry lion and counted his ribs. You look much too scrawny to talk things over, said the rabbit. How about supper at my house first? What's for supper? Asked the lion. The little rabbit told him, carrot stew. That sounded awful to the lion, but the little rabbit said, yes, sir, my 5 big fat sisters and my 4 fat brothers are making a delicious carrot stew right now. You know what the lion said? Well, what are we waiting for? And he went hopping away with the little rabbit, thinking of 10 fat rabbits and looking as jolly as you please. Well, grinned all the animals, that should take care of Tawny Scrawny for today. Before long, the lion began to wonder if they would ever get to the rabbit's house. First, the little rabbit stopped to pick berries and mushrooms and all sorts of good-smelling herbs, and then when his basket was full, what did he do but flop down on the riverbank? Wait a bit. But the rabbit explained, I want to catch a few fish for the stew. That was almost too much for the hungry lion. For a moment, just a moment, he thought he would have to eat just one rabbit then and there. But he kept saying over and over, 5 fat sisters and 4 fat brothers. And at last the 2 were on their way again. Well, said the rabbit, here we are. Hopping around a turn with the lion close behind him. Sure enough, there was the rabbit's house with a big pot of carrot stew bubbling over an open fire. And sure enough, there were 5 and 4, 9 merry little rabbits hopping around. And when they saw the fish, they popped them into the stew, along with the mushrooms and the herbs, and the stew began to smell very good indeed. And when they saw the tawny, scrawny lion, they gave him a big bowl of hot stew. And then they hopped about so busily that it really would have been quite a job for that hungry lion to even catch one of them. So he gobbled up his stew, but then the rabbits filled his bowl again. When he'd eaten all that he could, they heaped a big bowl full of berries. And when the berries were gone, the tawny, scrawny lion wasn't scrawny anymore. He felt so good and fat and comfortable that he couldn't even move. Here's a fine thing. All these fat little rabbits and I haven't room for even one of them. He looked at all those fine fat rabbits and wished he could get hungry again. So he said, do you mind if I stay a while? Well, they wouldn't even hear of his going. Then they plopped themselves down in the lion's lap and began to sing songs. And somehow, even when it was time to say goodnight, the lion wasn't one bit hungry. Home he went through the soft moonlight, singing softly to himself. He curled up in his bed, patted his sleek, fat tummy, and smiled. When he woke up in the morning, it was Monday. Time to chase rabbits again. But he wasn't one bit hungry for rabbits. He wasn't even hungry for monkeys, which is what he always ate on Monday. What he wanted was some more carrot stew. So off he went to visit the rabbits. When he woke up on Tuesday, he didn't want kangaroos. And on Wednesday, he didn't want zebras. And he wasn't hungry for bears on Thursday, or camels on Friday, or elephants on Saturday. All the big animals were so surprised and happy, they dressed in their best and went to see the little fat rabbit. Rabbit, oh, you wonderful rabbit. What in the world did you talk about to this tawny, scrawny, hungry, terrible lion? The fat little rabbit jumped up in the air and said, oh my goodness, we had such a good time with that nice jolly lion that I forgot to talk about anything at all. And before the rabbits and the animals could say one word, the tawny lion came skipping up the path. He had a basket of berries for the fat rabbit sisters and a string of fish for the fat rabbit brothers and a big bunch of daisies for the fat rabbit himself. I came for supper, he said, shaking paws all around. And then he sat down in the nice soft grass, looking fat as butter, sleek as satin, and jolly as all get out, all ready for another good supper of carrot stew. And that, of course, is how apparently you feed a tawny, scrawny lion and make him very jolly and happy. That's our story for today here on the Mentor Project. I hope that you have a good meal that you're cooking up with some nice fresh vegetables, of course. This story was brought to you not only by the Mentor Project and me, Marilyn Price, but by Catherine Jackson and the beautiful artwork of Gustav Tengren, pick up a copy, if you will, and listen to the story again. You can hear it on Facebook, our podcast, LinkedIn, so many other different ways, and of course, YouTube. Have a great day, a day of feeling really great. I think I'm going to read it again because I am getting hungry for a very good story.